The post-Trump tariff rout is accelerating today, with Wall Street's sharp falls at the end of last week reverberating around the world. The Australian share market is not immune from the global meltdown, with the ASX price for a $110 billion sell-off. It's currently down more than 6%. So let's go straight to our finance presenter, Alicia Barry. Alicia, what are we seeing?
Well, Gemma, this is very much feeling reminiscent of the GFC to me. I was reporting as a very young reporter during those years, 13 years ago, and we are seeing, as you say, the ASX 200 index off 6.4% now. Now, this has to be the biggest fall, if not since COVID, then going back to the GFC. All sectors are down, and it is what you would say a sea of red. I mean, this is really in response to the big falls that we saw on Wall Street overnight, on Saturday morning rather, and this is the first chance that investors have to react to that. And of course, since that, we have heard recession concerns raised in the US. JP Morgan now putting a 60% chance on a recession in the US. We've also heard a lot of talk and commentary coming out around the possibility of stagflation in the US. There are just really great concerns that this is going to trigger these moves by Donald Trump, a recession in the US, and that is going to spill over across the globe. Now, you can see on the screen there, that is the ASX 200 index as it opens. It's stepping down. What happens on the ASX as we open? The stocks unwind in alphabetical order. So we're starting from A going right the way to Z, and it does take about 20 minutes. So we're probably not seeing quite the full effect of the falls on the ASX 200 index on that graph yet, but certainly you can see that step down as it does unwind for the day, and certainly looking just quite drastic in terms of those price falls. We're now sitting at about 5.6% weaker. Of course, it is worth noting that markets do move down and they do come back up, and it is all around timing in the market. So whilst these moves are very dramatic, it's only if you sell out at this point in time that you would crystallize those losses, and that is worth noting because I'm sure a lot of people watching now would be quite concerned at the value of their portfolio essentially falling off a cliff. So those losses are only crystallized if you sell. But certainly quite dramatic falls on the ASX 200 index in the first 10 or so minutes of trade.